Hello and welcome back to my channel. All right, as always, we'll just jump right in. One quick shuffle, because I do shuffle off camera. Split of the deck, and we will just dive right in and see what wants to come through. Okay, we'll take the one that flips. So we have, right off the bat, we have the Five of Cups. So there's some disappointment, regret. Seeing the glass half empty is another way that I like to see this. Someone who's kind of stuck in the past. We have the Queen of Swords. I'm getting a feeling just off these two cards, someone needs to be honest with themselves, or someone's trying to be honest with themselves about something, maybe something from the past. Okay, we'll take this. We'll take both of these since they flipped over. We have the Nine of Wands and the Star card. Okay, let me get one more. I'm definitely getting a feeling of like someone having to be really honest with something that's kind of been weighing them down and maybe even preventing or blocking some healing. Okay, so we had a flipper. We have the Queen of Wands here. So we have two queens. I get the feeling it's a very energetic based reading. I kind of get the feeling that if you as a viewer are showing up in this reading, you're showing up as both these queens. And the energy specifically that I'm getting is that you are having to really be honest with yourself about what it is that you want in life. Something that's been weighing you down, keeping you stuck, maybe stuck in the past, and not allowing you to live in your authenticity, in your creative expression. You're in a place right now, if this resonates, you're in a place right now where you are going through a lot of healing, and there's a lot of just a lot of brutal self-honesty. Things that have been kind of weighing you down, keeping you stuck, held back in the past. You always looking at life as a disappointment, something that just was not reflective of who you really were. Like who you were always trying to be, but I feel like you may have been living inauthentically. And there's a lot of healing right now that's taking place that is allowing you to really embody and step into being this energy here, this Queen of Wands. I feel like you're really learning, in a sense, to step into that authentic, creative, expressive self. And it doesn't come without really letting go of ideas and beliefs, past wounds, anything that has really kept you held back and stuck. Okay, we have the Six of Cups here. Yeah, definitely some things from the past. Like, it could just be old memories. It could be experiences. It could be people. I do feel like Six of Cups kind of talks about memories and nostalgia, going down memory lane, things in the past, even from childhood. So these could be like, it could absolutely be old belief systems, things that were really like integral to who you were as a person then, and are really shifting the way for who you are becoming. Eight of Cups. This is really fitting. So this is, yeah, you walking away from things that are unfulfilling to you, being really honest with yourself about that. I can't do it anymore. It doesn't fit. Something isn't working for you anymore, and you're walking away from anything that just is not serving you. It doesn't bring you happiness. I'll take this one that flipped here, which was the Moon. This is crisis of faith. This is deeper unrevealed emotions. This is getting really honest, really real with yourself, allowing the deep emotions inside you to really come to the surface, to be illuminated. Things that have been just heavily weighing you down and keeping you stuck, holding you back. Things that were taking everything from you. Something that was very like draining. And again, this could be people, it could be experiences, it could be, you know, the career path, it could be your friends, it could be a lifestyle, even family. It's just anything that is no longer conducive to your growth or is allowing you to really shine as this unique individual. And you're really like shedding that away. And it's things that have been like you were holding on to so tightly for so long, and you're really like letting that go. And it's like dropping dead weight. It's really, there's also a little bit of, not a resistance per se, but like this desire to really keep, I don't want to say hold on, but I'm getting this feeling that whatever this was that you are really letting go of, there's a lot here around emotions. So I think you're really just getting honest with how you feel about what you want in life or where you're going. But there is something here that is, you've been having to really like stand your ground. You've had to hold yourself high through so much that's been just kind of getting to a point of burdening you and becoming almost a problem in your growth potential. And so whatever is coming to the surface here, you might be like going through like a midlife crisis, or damn, there's something like, there's having this willingness. There might be a little bit of a fight, internal fight around letting go of some like core beliefs about who you are, who you thought you always had to be, in a sense. Is kind of really what's coming through here. Let me get two more. Five of Pentacles. I'm hearing like, what's left? What do I do now? Ooh, sorry, there's a gnat flying. Wow, it's just like really annoying me. Ooh. Oh, I think I caught him and let him go. Oh, his end is imminent. Okay, yeah, there's something here about what is next. Where do I go from here? Now that I've like come to this realization, I'm seeing something for really what it is. I'm seeing the ugly truth about who I always was or what I was about, and really seeing like the truth of who I am. And it's hard to let go and release like these belief systems that are so integral to who we were always, you know, who you were, who we as people, right? We all do this, but like how we identify ourselves, there's something like that's so difficult to let go of. Like there's this holding on so tightly to this idea, and yet you're experiencing this like deep inner revelation of, this is not who I am, and this has been holding me back, and this has been like preventing me from becoming the best version of myself. And it started maybe in childhood. It started when you were very young. It could have even started just several years ago, a few years ago. But there's some kind of core belief here that you're now seeing and is making so much sense as to what has kind of held you back in a sense. Yeah, there's this feeling of like, what's next? Where do I go from here? Is really coming through strongly. Oh, wow. And then we have the Death card that also flipped out under the Queen of Wands. I think you're having this huge, like, transformative, like, full culminating transformative experience where you're going from someone who was very set in a way that, you know, they knew who they were, how they thought they knew who they were. And I think that you are getting really clear on who you actually are in that, like, that core essence of who you are. And I think that is what's becoming the realization here, is that you're someone who's extremely passionate, very creative, very expressive. There's so much that you have to say. There's so much that you have to share. And it's hard to really step into this new energy, really step into this new like identity in a sense. I think that's what's happening, is this identity crisis, identity shift. And it's not wrong, and it's not happening because you're meant to struggle or whatever. It's happening because you are ready for it, you asked for it, you were unfulfilled, and the next best step for you to take was to first get aligned with really what you are, who you are, what you're about, how you show up in this world, to identify what you're meant to create and share with the rest of the world. Everybody has a story. You have a story, and you haven't been sharing that story. You've been held back from sharing that story as a result of the identity that you held for so long. I think you're going through just a huge, massive transformation right now. That's very not easy for a lot of people. Not easy for a lot of people. I think that this is a really big transition that might be happening fairly quickly, right? Whatever quickly is, it's time is an illusion, but it's relevant for everybody, right? Or is that the right word? Relative, excuse me. Relative. Wow. It's relative. Everybody has their own unique path and timeline. I feel like, though, that for you in particular, this is a very fast path, fast track that you're taking. And I think that's what's making this difficult or challenging. I think that's also what I'm getting here, is like someone who's really exhausted, really burnt out, or tired of like what is taking place. It's a deep level. It's not really anything outside of yourself. And it's very exhausting to have to go through these shifts and make these changes and navigate all this. And you have the strength and the resilience, though. Like, you wouldn't be given this opportunity to go through these changes if you didn't have the strength. Like, not everybody goes through this change as quickly as you are, because you have the strength and the resiliency to move from one version to the next really quickly. I think that you're very open and seeking truth and healing in this life. You want more in life, and that's why the universe is like, okay, we got something for you. We know you're capable of absolutely moving through this quickly. We want to get you from point A to point B as quickly as possible. And it's as quickly as you want to move, and you are willing to go through those changes, those shifts, transformations in order to get to this place here, which is really true expression. It's very liberating too. It's very fiery, it's passionate, it's exciting, it's knowing what you are, knowing who you are, knowing what you want, having the tenacity and the drive to just pursue your dreams with this unwavering faith is really what you're stepping into. I think there was one where there was a lot more fear in the past that really kind of dictated or determined where you went and what you did in your life. And now it's like there's so much more faith. We get that with the star card here too. Healing and faith and lots of hope for what is coming up. You definitely would not have been given this opportunity to move through this if you weren't ready or I don't want to say capable, because we're all capable on our own like timelines, but this is one where it's like it's actually moving relatively, but like quite quickly for you. For really a lot of people, not everybody can move this quick through a lot of transformation. I was thinking about pulling another card, but we have the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. All right, yeah, this is like a new beginning, but it's not one that's like strategy, crystal clear, like you've got this, like it's evident in front of you, you know where you're going, what you're doing. It's one being led by faith, but it is one that is leading you down a path of creativity, even opportunities, like new opportunities showing up, an offer maybe. It's definitely one of self-expression or expression as a whole. I am really feeling called to pull these starseed little, these are great. I love these. Woo, okay. Wisdom. See your adversaries as opportunities to expand your spiritual light. I feel like this is telling you, you know, whatever crosses your path, it doesn't have to be a person, you know, it can be an experience. Whatever is crossing your path that feels like a challenge and it feels like it's holding you back, or feels, you know, you're feeling stuck in some way or something, it's an opportunity for you to grow and expand. We have gratitude. Universal love shines through the miracles of life all around you. Reminder to have gratitude even in the like crummiest of situations, even in the situations that are the most challenging. This might be like an opportunity to really have gratitude when you can really take the lesson away, the gold nugget of information about this whole experience as a whole. By time, you're not going to see it maybe or understand it when you're moving through it, but when you're on the other side of it, you're gonna know. And we have ascension. Your soul is evolving to higher states of consciousness. You are ready for this. Yeah, I was saying that earlier. You're ready for this next phase of your life. Like, you would not be here if you weren't ready for it. I think that this is really big, though. Like, this isn't just you taking on a new job. This isn't just you know, leaving friends and finding new ones. This isn't like you just moving across the street into a new place. It's like you jumping all the way across the, you know, well, I live in the States, so I'll speak to the States, but it's like you moving across country, or you moving across, you know, several states away, or, you know, moving 5 hours away to a new city. It's not like you're just moving new places in the same town. It's not like you're, you know, you're like maybe saying, oh, I don't want to talk to any of my friends. None of them align with me anymore. Like, just, okay, this is not a reflection of who I'm becoming. Maybe you're like, I don't even want to work in the same industry anymore, the same field. Like, it's just not for me. And you're really ready to start something totally new. Like, you know, this Queen and Ace of Wands here. This is big. It's huge transformation. It's really big. It's something that you probably wouldn't have expected from yourself. So you are on the right path. You are exactly where you're meant to be. If you're feeling held up or stuck, or you feel like something keeps, you know, bringing you down, or you're not making progress, I promise you, you do not see the growth and the opportunity. I speak from personal experience. I speak from knowing other people's experiences and getting to watch and witness other people go through growth too, in these ways where they feel stuck for the longest time, and then all of a sudden, boom, there's like an explosion of growth. There's an explosion of opportunity. Change can happen so fast in your life. You are exactly where you're meant to be. And usually at the point in transformation and change, hardship and struggle, when it feels like it's the absolute worst and you feel like you're right at the brink of like giving up, that's when the blessing shows up. That's when the growth, that's when the, you know, shows up. That's when the doorway opens. That's when the key appears. Like, that's when the big change happens, and anything can happen in an instant. So just know that you are exactly where you're meant to be. You're on the right path. And if you're feeling like, I don't even know who the fuck I am anymore, like in this process, I don't even know what I'm meant for, I don't know what I'm meant to do, you are actually becoming someone brand new. And you get to define who that is and how you show up. It is fully for you to decide at this point. It is a new chapter. It's a new book. It's a brand new story. And it's the one that you get to decide how it pans out, what you want to share. I think it's worth saying that everything you went through and experienced in your past, that you were living in this particular truth, this certain version of you, absolutely played a huge part in shaping your experience to lead you into this moment. So don't look at your past as like, was that a waste? What was that meant for? The dots are not going to connect and align until you get to this place. And everything else behind you in the past will make sense. So I just wanted to say that if someone's out there going, I don't even know who I am, I don't know where I'm going, I just don't know what I want to do, take each day at a time, breathe through every single step, allow yourself the grace to explore what feels good for you and what feels right for you and aligned for you in every moment, because that is the truth about who you are and where you're going. You really, at this point, I feel like you're having to listen to your inner dialogue, your inner compass, not at all what the past told you to be, anyone told you to become, or what was right. It's really about following your heart and aligning with what feels right for you. Especially if you're asking that question, like, what's next? I don't really know what to do next. Like, what do you want to do? And know that when you decide, I'm ready for this thing, I'm ready to take that next step, I'm ready for whatever is meant to come my way, when you wholeheartedly make a decision about something, ready to take the next step and do something, right? You take that step of faith, literally the door opens, the blessing shows up, the next opportunity, the person, the mentor, right? When the student's ready, the teacher appears kind of deal. So you're exactly where you're meant to be. And if you're feeling lost, think about what it is that you're ready to do, what you want to do, truly what you want to do, and say yes to that. And take a little step of action, like a little actionable step of faith. Is that the right? Yeah, right way I'm saying that. Whatever that means. Small actions will literally just bring in the biggest blessings. And it's such a crazy but also insane feeling to really be in the state of flow where things are just effortlessly coming to you because you are allowing yourself to be open to the possibilities of something that's much better than what you could have expected when you listen to that inner compass. Okay, that was a whole lot. I thought I was done, but apparently that just wanted to, like, you know, come out of the mouth. Good channeling, and also probably flows like a good shit. Weird. Okay, I'm gonna leave that message there. I hope that this message was helpful for some of you, all of you, or at least one of you. And if you enjoyed this message and it resonated in some way, shape, or form, give it a like, a thumbs up, support my channel. Let me know in the comments down below how it resonated for you. I like reading it, responding, and connecting with anyone who wants to connect with me. And then if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything in the future from me. And until next time, thanks for watching.